What's going on, y'all? It's J Small Reviews here, back at it again with another video. As you guys can see, bringing you guys a recap for the Bullpen Pendemic event. Wanted to get it out yesterday, but I'm gonna be real with you. I've been tied up for playoff basketball. I don't know if y'all watch hoops like I watch hoops. Kings Warriors, stupid fire. Phoenix Clippers, stupid fire. The West is crazy. I'm a Celtics fan. You know what I'm saying? I like that everything's a little easy out east right now. It's gonna pick up, but you know what I'm saying? We talk about battle rap here, sorry. But that is the reason the recap didn't come out yesterday. But obviously, doing the recap here, top 3 most impressive performers from the Bullpen Pandemic card. Usually, I do top 3 most disappointing and most impressive, you know what I'm saying? For those of you that rock with me and watch my recaps. But for this one, since there's a lot of talent that is, definitely like more just bullpen names, a lot less known, or you guys that don't have as much footage out, I just think it wouldn't be as productive to sit down there and kind of put them down. I'm going to actually spend most of this video just recapping, first half of it, recapping the battles where neither battler, you know what I'm saying, their performance made it, just to give them a little spotlight and really just break down the footage a little more in detail, a little more fair. Still giving my winners, my losers, and then we'll get into the top 3 performers, in my opinion, from the entire card. But without further ado, let's start recapping the Bullpen Pandemic card. So, quickly on some of these battles that obviously don't have as much to talk about. Philly Hayes versus Alias. Decent little battle. If there's anything to talk about the most from here, it's the fact that Philly Hayes was freestyling a lot this battle. You know what I'm saying? This is like a ridiculous amount, like some old school shit. Not exactly the craziest. Alias, you know what I'm saying, was good. He had this shotgun jersey, kind of a current event about how, like Twerk would play shotgun on the card. Decent, you know what I'm saying? But overall, this battle is like what you'd expect from a standard, like, start out battle on a card like this. Hey, Philly Hayes had a couple lines I like, though. The white jumping like Mac McClung. He was haymaker fishing a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like delivery, like trying to make every bar hit like a haymaker. So there's a couple things in this battle. It was okay. You know what I'm saying? Okay opener. I personally had Alias edging the first and the second. You know what I'm saying? I think Hayes lacked a little bit of just structure or anything, but it was a cool opener. Not mad at that. From there, you get into the damn... I want to skip a couple of these because it's some performers I want to talk about. I want to talk about Moon versus OG Grizzly next, actually. A battle that I personally look forward to a lot. I like the OG talk. It's rare that you get some 2 real old heads do some real old school talk, especially. I feel like everybody has fun in a battle like this. You can see John, the way he reacting. It's just, it's kind of fun to see him go at it, man. And they have some slick fire shit in there. Moon said, you can't take a lion out the jungle and wash the wild off him. I like that shit. I like that shit a lot, man. It's little stuff like that, little life lessons. It's applicable in a few different ways, you know what I'm saying? It's real shit. So I just got some love for it. I thought OG was actually okay in this battle, considering the Twerk one-rounder is my only other, exposure to him before, and that obviously didn't go too great for him. But the second here, he had this little pocket in the beginning. The baby K with the attachments, umbilical, but he had a whole rhyme pattern going up to it too that I liked. His second was pretty good. It ain't like the most, prepped crazy move. I've seen crazier moves, you know what I'm saying? Not that Moon got some crazy upper room that he could reach, but you see battles like Moon versus Ryder, cool one-rounder, Moon versus Head Ice. He's got some battles that are fun, man. So you got a pretty standard Moon here. It's really more of a fun battle, extremely debatable, but especially in their third, they also have like their own little versions of real talk that go at each other. Look, like I expected, one of my more favorite cards of the battle from an entertainment standpoint, but not the crazy, you know what I'm saying? A little 15, 17-minute joint. It's not bad. D Flames was wilding on Excel. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Excel is obviously, you know what I'm saying, just one of your standard, just pen-heavy battlers, you know what I'm saying, goes around the circuits, like a base level. I wouldn't say danger. I'd have him under, you know what I'm saying, danger, but one of those, it's like, all right, you want a pen, decent pen to start out, see where you're at. Oh, not the D-Flame to start it out, but you'll get what I'm saying, kind of a placeholder. And Excel, was witty the whole battle. His third is the only round where I thought he was really, good and really attacking, kind of hitting every bar. Not exactly landing haymakers, but just witty. If you land enough 7s out of 10s in a row, it's going to start feeling like 8s and 9s out of 10s. You know what I'm saying? If you start landing enough jabs, they're going to hurt the more that they keep going. But Flames was bombing, and he really did it with just name flips. He really did it with just a shit ton of XL name flips. The exponent bar, fire, the X back or spark the flame was crazy. The Family Feud, X in a box joint. he was doing a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? So got to give props to D Flames. I don't have him at the top three performers, you know what I'm saying? But he definitely be in that honorable mention type of category because I had him 2-1, if not 3-0, because even when Excel had a great third, D Flames had a good third in return. So overall, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going in order, but you could see even the undercard here, some of the names people weren't expecting a lot from. A lot of these Bulls, a lot of the bullpen based talent really took advantage of these opportunities, you know what I'm saying? And like a guy like D Flames, kind of had like a breakoutish performance. And then rounding out, you know what I'm saying, everything that's going to be outside those top three performers. Last two battles I want to talk about is Reggie P versus Super Black. Another, just speaking of how the Bulls really took the real ATL-based talent was taking advantage of this situation. Super Black, even though Reggie was the favorite coming in this battle, I think a lot of people they heard Reggie P beat John recently, and we were just like, fuck it, that's who we know. That's the reality of how he probably got picked, but Super Black looked way more polished in this battle. Not that Reggie P was that bad, but definitely is a very unorthodox way of rhyming, you feel what I'm saying? And the delivery can have you a little bit lost. It's a little bit like, where is this going? Kinda. I don't know. It's like a directionless kaboom. For those of you that get that, you get that. You feel what I'm saying? But that's how I felt watching Reggie P. A lot of clever stuff. But Super Black's first just washed him out. You feel what I'm saying? Then he gets to the second round. He gets the street talk, whipping. We got to whipping in the bathroom like 6'9". Ben 10, it's some animals on my watch. I mean, he was really, he was wilding on him, bro. I really thought Super Black had one of the better performances of the night, upper half of the card, to be honest with you. Even in the third, that's probably the closest. Neither of them had a really good third. But I thought that he did just enough just to win that round. So, got to give credit to Super Black, bro. First time really getting familiar with his footage, but he was, I think the second, probably the closest round. I still had him winning that clear, so wilded out on Reggie. And then the last one is the one-rounder, man. Got to talk about the one-rounder. A little bit of star power here with Loso and Jazz. Obviously, 5 days filling in. People didn't know what we were going to get. We got a really good battle. You know what I'm saying? We got a very, very, very good battle. Jazz rapped a minute, man. Jazz came clipped up. I feel bad for Loso because obviously he's going through his one-round curse still, where I actually thought he was really good in this battle too, which we'll get into. But man, Jazz has rapped, double his time rapping, rapped 8 minutes. He's a rebuttal about it in the beginning, but she was incredible on all levels. I mean, to write all that in 5 days just goes to show how locked in she is to the sport right now. I think her making that transition to making this her full-time job has made her, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like putting yourself, as a lot of people that get success in life talk about, they force themselves in situations where they have to succeed. You feel what I'm saying? And I feel like she put herself in a situation where now that you're making this your living, you have to succeed at that other level. And you're seeing that pure hunger just to have pride in her craft. Because to come in here, Loso, who's a good name, you know what I'm saying, but not no crazy top tier name, and to perform like this late prep, had the hustle call out that she's replacing someone who stole deposits for a BBL. Jesus. You know what I'm saying? She was wilding on all levels, all types of different angles at Loso too, to cover. She's a master angler, so to be covering so many topics that she covers and giving her one round to do it, just dangerous. Thought Loso was good too, even though he had a couple kind of made up-ish, something about Jazz inviting to the hotel room just to get to a quality in punch. Loso does that where he sets up this really long story scenario just to get to a certain piece of wordplay that he likes. I peep it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's not necessary, but I don't want that to take away from the battle in itself. The corners laying a blanket over Jazz, it's sheet music. That might have been the best part of the little one-rounder, to be real with you. I love that. I thought he was cooking. At the end of the day, it's a one-rounder on late prep. The fact that you get a pretty elite version of both of them, that is a win for both. You know what I'm saying? I can't take anything away from either. I think it's a net positive. Jazz probably won clear, because you wrapped double the time. But for the most part, this was a great replacement for the fact that Loso, we almost got no battle with Loso. You know what I'm saying? Loso on Hustle 3-rounder was almost off the card. So shout out to them really holding it down, and one of the more entertaining battles of the night for the most part. But that's covering everything that's outside of it. D-Flame, Super Black, Jazz, and Loso. Everybody that I thought did really, really good. Want to give that little shout out. And now we can get into my picks for the top 3 performers of the night from the card. So at number 3 on the top 3 performers, and obviously we're going to talk about, I saved their ops too, you know what I'm saying? But we have to talk about 7J's performance versus Young Herb, man. First of all, this battle started late as hell. I don't know, they was trying to find Young Herb for a minute. It was looking like it might be a no. I had never seen nothing like that where it's just a delay in someone getting to the stage like that. But homie made it, you know what I'm saying? It just a real funny situation to start out. But had to give it to 7J. Out of all the guys I'm talking about, all the bullpen talent that really showed out and took advantage of the opportunity, 7J obviously just battled Calico, and I believe that he had won that battle. Cal didn't take that battle very seriously, if I'm correct when I watched that. 7J is pretty good. I like his little real talk bag. But in this one, man, he flexed the pen. again, something fierce. And he was wilding on Young Herb. Young Herb's first is just standard. He has a infrared bar, which is cool. 3x7, that's jackpot. Like, you know, but then this man 7J comes out. First of all, he was rebuttaling the whole battle. Like, clearly has a freestyling ability that's good. He had this golden shower bar referring to, you know what I'm saying, Carisha, Young Miami. He was a, you know what I'm saying, the concept was a little crazy. I get what he was going for with the urine over your head. It was a lot, though, to get there. And then finally he gets into his patterns. And when he started getting into like the rhyming patterns like that, pick and pop, make them diddy bop, you know what I'm saying? That's in performing. It gave me a little bit of franchise, man. Maybe I'm wrong, but I got that kind of feeling, which isn't bad. Like, when I say that, I'm doing comparisons like how you do league comparisons in any other sport. I'm not talking about nobody's style, like trying to downplay. I'm saying, like, it gave me that vein of, like, okay, this is kind of like some rapid fire. Like, I can get behind this as a style. The staple in his top, like a Uber meal, the blue bands, motherfucker showed the keys, you know what I'm saying? Which I thought was a hilarious little touch to it. He smoked the first round. Then the second round comes around. Second round, closest round of the battle. I still edged it to 7, you know what I'm saying? I thought that Herb came back good, though, with the superstitious bar was good. Crack Your Fortune, like a message inside, I thought that was good. But yeah, the LL Cool J bar or Moses bar, I mean, he just creatively, concept-wise, he wasn't penning the most creative shit. At 7, use Herbs. Use, if I don't got my gun, I'll use Herbs, like the natural route. Dr. Sebi bar. I'm connected to my hood like a Snuggie, you know what I'm saying? He had a couple clever lines, man, I'm 2-0, and then he has this third round angle about her. Herb's third round is not good. It's not good. But that's all I got to say about it. But then he has this angle about bro not having custody of his kids. Now, who knows if that's true? You know what I'm saying? That could be, you know, lies. For that's just what battle rap is. They take a little truth or something, and we know what it is. Anyone's just finding a way to attack anyone. So then homie FaceTimes his daughter mid-battle. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, like I love I'm with, it's bad defense, you know what I'm saying? It's getting too caught up in the angle, and this man gets a rebuttal off the FaceTime that just shakes the room. Like, freestyles off a homie FaceTime as a kid. It's nasty, son. Cortez voice is not good. So 7J got a monstrous 30. It was a $1,000 on the line judge battle, too, so he walked away $1,000 richer, too, to go taking his motherfucking Benz with him, you know what I'm saying? It was a good night for 7J, you know what I'm saying? Just all the optics ended up working out for him. Sometimes everything is just working out for you. The rebuttals, the bars are hitting crazy. And to me, he was like that standout. I walked away out of all the bulls, him and D Flames, but especially him, I was like, he did something that I really, really liked in that battle. So for that, gotta put him at number 3 on the performers list. So as for the top 2 performers of the night, more familiar names, you know what I'm saying, compared to the rest of the card that you guys are going to see here. But at number 2, I do have Geechee Gotti for his performance of the main event versus Bad News. A fake 20K on the line this battle. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be 10K on each side. McCole Hartman putting up 10K for Bad News. Something happened that McCole couldn't make it right, so they worked it out before the battle. So that added motivation factor wasn't there, which is why a lot of us picked Geechee. Geechee Gotti is a better battler than Bad News, respectfully, even though Bad News has gotten better in recent times. It was a matter of motivation, right? A lot of people like Geechee's not motivated. Bad News, on Bullpen, right? Kind of his home league, you can catch him. But you did get a motivated Geechee, even with the freestyling. Usually, if he's going to mainly freestyle, if I told you that, you'd probably think, oh, Geechee's going to fuck off in the battle. All he's doing is freestyling. But tailor-made attacks, disrespect, so much versatility in a battle rapper like that versus Bad News, who has amazing delivery. It kind of a little bit of Mr. Wavy syndrome, man. Star-like delivery, but the content can be so hit or miss. And I think for a guy who's really done better with content recently, kind of took a dip back down in this battle in terms of OBC, kind of haymaker fishing, kind of fishing for bars that really aren't going to be all that, overperforming a little. And for that, Geechee, main event style, just kind of showed up 85 to 90% clipped up and just gave one of the better performances of the night. So I got to tip my hats off to him, put him at the runner-up spot. But as for the performer of the night, also battle of the night, so for the opponent that he faced, even though I have it clear, I do give it credit. It takes 2 efforts to make battle of the night. But that is Av as my number 1 performer of the night. Someone who said, I'm not giving 100% no more until I get the names I want. And if this is 80% Av, it just goes to show what type of heights he can reach if he does get to fully apply himself, which we hope to see the rest of 2023. Because what he's done versus True Phone Clone, 2 fairly, respected ops without going at full force is kind of crazy, man. It's still some of the better performances we've seen, more dominant performances we've seen in all of this year so far. And in this battle, right off from the first round, the Shawshank bar, the Copy Respect bar, he bombs. Like his first round is just like his True Foe first round, where it's just a lot. You're looking at Clone like, what do you do? And Clone was great in this battle. I want to talk about Clone second before I even get into the rest of Stav's performance. He is this like sound effect prop where he plays the "I'll be back, Av," the famous Rock thing. He says next time he'll say "I'll be back, Av," it'll be for hospital visits. That was a haymaker. He had a Megazord bar that was crazy. A 7.62, I'm in 7.57 with 7.62s. I'm checking my credit score. It's a lot of clever shit that Clone said in this battle, and I just want to showcase that because even though he's not in my top performers, I still think that he did good because it takes two people to make battle of the night. But at the end of the day, Av's first is crazy. His second, even though not as crazy, is still a heavy punch heavy round. The footsteps hit them lights, stomp them out, and you gonna hear them footsteps in the dark like the Isley brothers. Dog, that is crazy. Av was just showing levels. If you're gonna punch out with Av, it's just that's a tough guy to keep pace with. And then even in the third, for those of you still calling Av one-dimensional, not actually watching the battles, his third is pretty much a whole talk to him career breakdown, talking about angling about Clone's relationship with Milltown Below, worked at that angle really heavy, talking about Clone, his time on King of the Dot, the tournament, breaking down just really everything about his career, a little bit of boss talk and money too. Just great, showing that this man is just not, even though he is mainly a puncher and that is going to be most of his bag, he's doing performance bars here, he's doing angle breakdowns, a little bit of comedy, a little bit of real talk, man. You just can't watch this, especially in the third round, and just say, oh, he just only punched him out. It's just simply not correct. And for me, showing that versatility on top of landing some of the best haymakers, some of the best bars of the night, like the Isley Brothers bar, that is why for me, Av was the standout and number one performer from the Pendemic event. And that is my full recap, for the Bullpen Pendemic event. Y'all let me know in the comments, for those of you that watch, who was your standout performer of the night, and particularly, who was your standout Bullpen, talent performer of the night. I really like what 7J did, but I know that D-Flames and Super Black, like I said, had some good performances, so really good to get shocked by some of those guys in the undercard, taking advantage of it and being able to kind of, bring in some fans, and work off, because you've got to Av, Agichi, now talk about D-Flames in the card, afterwards, that's how you build up your name and get a little bit of buzz, especially against names like Excel, good names. But overall, like I said, you guys let me know down below, who do you think were the best bulls and the best vets of the night. Dope event overall. I'll probably say 7 out of 10, maybe 8 out of 10 area. When you get the undercard to overperform a little bit and your top names that you book perform like top names, really easy to get successful event in there. Even with the canceled battle, the twerk bonus, it was show bonus, the twerk bonus, then it got canceled. So for John to still put on a good event, it just goes to show that if you do things the right way, you are rewarded for that. I feel like he's been really due diligent with the promo with this event, with being transparent about the booking, with all the different circumstances he's dealt with. Kind of got dealt a really raw deal with the Hustle and Low battle. So really want to shout out John and Bullpen for that as a whole. But it's been J Small Reviews again, y'all. Like I said, let me know down below. Like, comment, subscribe how you felt about the Bullpen Pendemic event. I'm going to catch you on the next one. Peace.